Good day everyone, especially to you Sir Nasibog, Basbayon Navarro, and Leo will going to report about the 6th Constitutional Commission. So, Constitutional Commission is created by 1987 Constitution. There are 3 Constitutional Commission in the Philippines. First is the Civil Service Commission, second is Commission on Audit, and third is Commission on Elections. Constitutional Commission means a commission established as such by Constitution. So Constitutional Commission means a commission that has its own head of authority with the terms of conference defined for it by National Council, and which has the authority to implement approved programs within the budget approved by National Council. The example of Constitutional Commission is National Gender Equality Commission. Kanisya is nag-establish by an Act of Parliament in August 2011 by Kenya National Human Rights and Equality Commission pursuant to Article 59 of the Constitution. There should be a National Advisory Council for the media, independent of government and independent of any new constitutional commission. Through the Constitution of Kenya 2010, ang KNCR is nag-transform into Constitutional Commission and nag-re-establish siya by KNCR Act 2011, which clarified its constitutional mandate. And paghuman ana is ang Kenya National Commission on Human Rights or KNCR is nag-restructured o nag-transform into Independent Constitutional Commission. So the Constitutional Commission, there are 3 Constitutional Commission and 1987 Constitution of Republic of the Philippines, Article 9. So the Common Provision, the Civil Service Commission, the Commission on Elections, and the Commission on Audit. So we have 8 sections in Common Provision. The first section is the Constitutional Commission, which shall be independent, are the Civil Service Commission on Elections and the Commissions on Audit. So why they need to be independent? So kani siya na section is shall be independent because they have to perform key function in the government. It is an order for the commission to protect their integrity. So unsa ang key function sa government and unsa ilang matter. So ang government is comprised of those institution nga naghimo og public policies para sa society alang sa tanan. In the United States, naay upat ka importanteng institution para ma-operate sa maong mga desisyon. Isa na ana ang Congress, the President, the courts, and the Federal Administrative Agency or the bureaucracy. In Section 2, no matter of a constitutional commission shall during his tenure hold any other office or employment, neither shall be engaged in the practice of any profession or in the active management or control of any business which in any way may be affected by the function of his office, nor shall be financially interested, directly or indirectly, in any contact with or in any franchise or privilege guaranteed by the government, any of these subdivision agencies or instrumentalities including government-owned or controlled corporation or their subsidiary. In Section 2, no member of a constitutional commission shall during his tenure, like for example, you own a company or ikaw ang CEO like sa Pepsi Cola. So kaning Section 2, bawal na wala kay gigunitang biskan unsan na position, pwesto sa company or laing trabaho kung ikaw ang nakalingkod ana na pwesto or position. Conditional provision is to avoid the members of commission at from the responsibility or subject them to pressure at the end of the nations to fill in or to focus their responsibilities. The salary of the chairman and commissioner shall be fixed by law and shall not be decreased during their tenure. So in Section 3, kay ang mga salary or sweldo is giprotektahan sa chairman ag sa commissioner, which shall be free from domination. When we say domination is maoni siya ang pagkalta sa sweldo during the continuance of their office. Section 4. The Constitutional Commission shall appoint their officials and employees in accordance with law. So, In Section 4, appointing power with regards to the official and employees belong to the constitutional commissions, according to Section 4. However, must be keeping in mind that such appointments are still subject to civil service law and rules. In Section 5 provides that the Commission shall enjoy fiscal autonomy. Their approved annual appropriations shall be automatically and regularly released. In this section, it simply provides that it shall not be subject to the audit. The no part nor release of COA may not be enforced against offices that are vested with fiscal autonomy. Therefore, Department of Budget may not be pertained portion of any amount. Section 6. Each commission and bank may promulgate its own rules concerning pleadings and practice before it or before any of its offices. Such rules, however, shall not diminish, increase, or modify substantive rights. The relation in Section 6, we have FONA versus chairman. So the main question here is what happens if there is any conflict between a rule promulgated by the commission and the rule of court. If the proceeding is done before the commission, the rules of the commission shall prevail, but if it's before the court, the rules of the latter will be used on the SC question. The validity of the rule commission general rule is known. An exemption to this is when the commission validates the constitution and the court exercise the power of the judicial review. Section 7. Each commission shall decide by the majority vote of all its members. Any case or matter brought before it within 60 days from the date of its submission for decision or resolution. A case or matter is deemed submitted for decision or resolution upon the filing of the last pleading, brief, or memorandum required by the rules of the Commission or by the Commission itself, unless otherwise provided by this Constitution or by law. Any decision, order, or ruling of each Commission may be brought to the Supreme Court on certiorari by aggrieved party within 30 days from receipt of a copy thereof. Even though the section provides for the mandatory period of 60 days, failure of a decision to be rendered with the said period does affect the merits of the case, but nevertheless, the case should be decided as soon as possible. To illustrate the topic, the case of Gilberto G. de la Lana versus the chairperson of COA, it is about petition for certiorari questioning the correctness of decisioning orders of the COA reviewable by the court. In this case, the court feel the decision and orders to inquiry reviewable by the court. They a petition of certiorari. So when we say certiorari, mao ni siya ang sulat sa isang pagsusuri na inilalabas ng higher court to the lower court. This the way to be tested the court to the law decision in the court. Kung ang appellate court is mao ni siya ang korte nga naa ang otoridad na paminawon ang mga apela o reklamo ninyo. Section 8. Each commission shall perform such other function as may be provided by law. So, ang kaning Section 8 is responsible ni siya to perform other duties or siya ang nag-assign na buhaton na ang duty that may be mandated by law. So, the next one is Basmayon.
Good evening, classmates, and also to you, Sir Nobi. I am Basmayan Shirley, and I will be the one to report the 1987 Constitution of Article 9, the Commission and Election, Section 1 to Section 11, and also the Commission and Audit, Section 1 to Section 2. So, let's start. The Commission of Election has 11 sections. And the first is Section 1. It composed of chairman and 6 commissioners, who shall natural-born citizens of the Philippines and at the time of their appointment, at least 35 years of age, holders of a college degree, and must not have been candidates for any positions in the immediately preceding elections. In subsection 2, section 1, the chairman and the commissioners shall be appointed by the president with the consent of the commission on appointments for a term of 7 years without reappointment. The next section for this article is section 2. Section 2 shall exercise the following powers and functions. Number 1, enforce and administer all laws and regulations. Number 2, exercise exclusive original jurisdiction over all contest. Number 3, decide, except those involving the right to vote. Number 4, deputize with the concurrence of the President. Number 5, register after sufficient publication. Number 6, file upon a verified complaint. Number 7, recommend to the Congress effective measures to minimize election spending. Number 8, recommend to the President the removal of any officer or employee it has deputized. And the last is number 9, submit to the President and the Congress a comprehensive report on the conduct of each election. Next section is section 3. Section 3 shall promulgate its rule of procedures. In order to expedite disposition of election cases, including pre-proclamation controversies. Next section is section 4, supervise or regulate the enjoyment of all per cases. Shall aim to ensure equal opportunity, time and space, and the right to reply. Next section is section 5, no pardon amnesty shall be granted. No pardon amnesty shall be granted by the President without the favorable recommendation of the Commission. Next section for this article is section 6. Section 6 allow to evolve a free and open party system. A free and open party system shall be allowed to evolve according to the free choice of the people, subject to the provisions of this article. Next section is section 7, no vote cast in favor of a political party shall be valid except for those registered under the party list system as provided in this Constitution. Next section for this article is that section 8. Political parties registered under the party list system shall not be represented in the voters' registration boards. However, they shall be entitled to appoint poll watchers in accordance with law. In section 9 of the Commission of Election, start of election 90 days before and 30 days after. And in section 10, bona fide shall be free in harassment and also discrimination. And the last section is section 11. Funds are necessary to defray the expenses for holding regular and special elections, plebiscites, initiatives, referenda, and recalls shall be provided in the regular or special appropriations and once approved shall be released automatically upon certification by the chairman of the commission.
Now, let's proceed in the Commission on Elections. Section 1. Composed of a chairman and 6 commissioners. There shall be a commission on elections composed of a chairman and 6 commissioners. Shall be a natural-born citizens of the Philippines and at least 35 years of age at the time of their appointment. Holders of a college degree and must not have been candidates for any elective positions in the immediately preceding elections. However, a majority thereof, including the chairman, shall be a member of the Philippine Bar who have been engaged in the practice of law for at least 10 years. The chairman and the commissioners shall be appointed by the President with the consent of the Commission on Appointments for a term of 7 years without reappointment. To those first appointed, 3 members shall hold office for 7 years, 2 members for 5 years, and the last members for 3 years without reappointment. Appointment to any vacancy shall be only for the unexpired term of the predecessor. In no case shall any member be appointed or designated in a temporary or acting capacity. Section 2. Shall exercise power and functions. The Commission on Elections shall exercise the following powers and functions. Number 1. Enforce and administer all laws and regulations relative to the conduct of an election, plebiscite, initiative, referendum, and recall. Number 2. Exercise exclusive original jurisdiction over all contests relating to the elections, returns, and qualifications of all elective regional, provincial, and city officials, and appellate jurisdiction over all contests involving elective municipal officials decided by trial courts of general jurisdiction, or involving elective barangay officials decided by trial courts of limited jurisdiction. Decisions, final orders, or rulings of the Commission on Election contest involving elective municipal and barangay offices shall be final, executory, and not appealable. Number 3. Decide, except those involving the right to vote, all questions affecting elections, including determination of the number and location of polling places, appointment of election official and inspectors, and registration of voters. Number 4. Deputize with the occurrence of the President, law enforcement agencies, and instrumentalities of the government, including the armed forces of the Philippines, for the exclusive purpose of ensuring free, orderly, honest, peaceful, and credible elections. Number 5. Register. After sufficient publication, political parties, organizations, or coalitions which, in addition to other requirements, must present their platform or program of government and accredit citizens' arms of the Commission on Elections. Religious denominations and sects shall not be registered. Those which seek to achieve their goals through violence or unlawful means, or refuse to uphold and adhere to this Constitution, or which are supported by any foreign government, shall likewise be refused registration. Financial contributions from foreign government and their agencies to political parties, organizations, coalitions, or candidates related to election constitute interference in national affairs, and when accepted shall be additional ground for the cancellation of the registration with the Commission. In addition to other penalties may be prescribed by law. Number 6. File. Upon a verified complaint or on its own initiative, petitions in court for inclusion or exclusion of voters, investigate and where appropriate prosecute cases of violations of election laws, including acts of omissions constituting election frauds, offenses, and malpractices. Number 7. Recommended to the Congress effective measures to minimize election spending, including limitation of places where propaganda materials shall be posted, and to prevent the penalized all forms of election frauds, offenses, malpractices, and nuisance candidates. Recommended to the President the removal of any officer or employee it has deputized, or the imposition of any other disciplinary action for violation or disregard of or disobedience to its directive, order, or decision. Number 9. Submit to the President and the Congress a comprehensive report on the conduct of each election, plebiscite, initiative, referendum, or recall. Section 3. Shall promulgate its rules of procedure. The Commission on Elections may sit in banked into 2 divisions and shall promulgate its rules of procedure in order to expedite disposition of election cases, including pre-proclamation controversies. All such election cases shall be heard and decided in division, provided that motions of reconsideration of decisions shall be decided by the Commission on Bank. So all of the rules must be spread and heard in order to expedite disposition of election cases. Section 4. Supervise or regulate the enjoyment of all franchises. The Commission may, during the election period, supervise or regulate the enjoyment or utilization of all franchises or permits for the operation of transportation and other public utilities, media of communication or information, all grants, special privileges, and concession granted by the government or any subdivision agency or instrumentality thereof, including any government-owned or controlled corporation or its subsidiary. Such supervision or regulation shall aim to ensure equal opportunity, time, and space, and the right to reply, including reasonable, equal rates therefore for public information campaigns and forums among candidates in connection with the objective of holding free, orderly, honest, peaceful, and credible elections. Section 5. No pardon, amnesty shall be granted. No pardon, amnesty, parole, or suspension of sentence for violation of election laws, rules, and regulations shall be granted by the President without the favorable recommendation of the Commission. This means that you can't give amnesty or parole if it is not recommended by the Commission. Section 6. Allow to evolve a free and open party system. A free and open party system shall be allowed to evolve according to the free choice of the people, subject to the provisions of this article. So open party systems are acceptable according to the free choice of the people. Section 7. No votes cast in favor of political party shall be valid. No votes cast in favor of political party, organization, or coalition shall be valid, except for those registered under the party list system as provided in this Constitution. You are not registered under the party list of the system. Section 8. Political parties registered under the party list system shall not be represented in the voters. Political parties, organizations, or coalitions registered under the party list system shall not be represented in the voters' registration boards, boards of election inspectors, boards of canvassers, or other similar bodies. However, they shall be entitled to appoint poll watchers in accordance with the law. The political parties may not be represented in the voters' registration board, but they can be poll watchers with accordance to the law. Section 9. Start of the election 90 days before 30 days thereafter. Unless otherwise fixed by the Commission in special cases, the election period shall commence 90 days before the day of election and shall end 30 days thereafter. Section 10. Bona fide candidates for any public office shall be free from any form of harassment and discrimination. Section 11. Funds certified by the Commission as necessary to defray the expenses for holding regular and special elections, plebiscites, initiatives, referenda, and recalls shall be provided in the regular or special appropriations, and once approved shall be released automatically upon certification by the Chairman of the Commission.
And in the next commission is Commission on Audit, and it has 4 sections. In the first section is Section 1. Section 1 composed of a chairman and 2 commissioners. They composed of chairman and 2 commissioners who shall natural born citizens of the Philippines and at the time of their appointment, and at no time shall all members of the commission belong to the same professions. In subsection 2, section 1, the chairman and the commissioners shall be appointed by the president with the consent of the commission on appointments for a term of 7 years without reappointment. And the next section is section 2, have the power, authority, and duty to examine. The commission shall have exclusive authority subject to the limitations in this article to define the scope of its audit and examination, establish the techniques and methods required.
The Commission on Audit. Section 3. No law shall be passed exempting any entity of the government or its subsidiaries in any guise whatever, or any investment of public funds from the jurisdiction of the Commission on Audit. Section 4. The Commission shall submit to the President and the Congress within the time fixed by law an annual report covering the financial condition and operation of the government, its subdivisions, agencies, and instrumentalities, including government-owned or controlled corporations and non-governmental entities subject to its audit, and recommend measures necessary to improve their effectiveness and efficiency. It shall submit such other reports as may be required by law.